Hello. Hey everybody, so today is gonna be fun. We're gonna be reacting to Ever After High Thronecoming. So actually in my last video, a lot of you guys were saying that you're really excited for me to continue this series, and you guys are really excited for me to react to dragon games. So I'm actually really excited for that because you guys have been hyping it up. So very excited for that, but we have to get through Thronecoming, and we have to get through Way to Wonderland first before that. Also, this is the last video that is just gonna be the whole like gonna be the last video where it's not chopped into parts. For Way to Wonderland, Epic Winter, and Dragon Games, I think I said that out of order, but we're going to be doing each of that's going to have 2 parts. So for example, for Way to Wonderland, I'm going to do one video reacting to parts 1 and 2, and then another video for 3 and 4, and that's going to happen for all of those. So that is something to look forward to. And without further ado, let's get into the reaction.
Me and Humphrey Dumpty are in charge of it.
Let me save you some time, little bro. I'm quite certain I'll be named Thronecoming King. After all, I am handsome.
Darren needs to stop being super selfish and be an actually good brother, because you don't know who you're gonna win. Could be someone else. You never know. I swear, him and Riven from Winx Club, I know they're technically not the same. Daring's very prideful. Riven has like a lot of toxic masculinity and misogyny, but I feel like they would get along somehow, because Daring also has a lot of misogyny, I would say, as well. So it is insane. They're almost the same person.
Hey Raven, I already voted online for Thronecoming Queen, and I voted for you.
Really? Why did you vote for me?
I always win these things, and well, you technically come from a long line of queens.
I am decently surprised. I mean, no, I get why Apple said that. I mean, she does come from a long distant line of queens. It just happens to be evil queens and not like her mom's side of the family. But honestly, I like the growth. I have said in my videos in the past that I am here for Applewhite growth, and I really want her by the end of the series to actually be a better person. I really do. So I'm decently surprised, and I hope Raven does win just because she deserves it.
Thronecoming is one of the few days a year the Storybook of Legends is removed from its protective case and displayed for the public. And a perfect time for you to reconsider and sign in front of the whole world.
I hate Headmaster. I have said this before, I will say it again. I do not like him. He's just so... I want to say he's mysterious, but at the same time, he is so hell-bent on Raven signing the book, and I honestly think it's... I think it's a deep-rooted, like, reason as to why, but we honestly don't know what will happen after, like, once, like, her story technically starts after. I'm assuming they start after they graduate Ever After High, but we don't know what's gonna happen if, like, Giles is right and her story will just continue if she ends up having kids later in life. But that's kind of crazy that it's crazy that he keeps, like, badgering her. There's got to be some reason to it, whether it's truthful or not. He's, like, built up this reality that if you don't sign, you're toast.
We must stay true to the stories.
Last one to touch the heart tree's a dodo egg. Come on, little brother.
So they were close. Okay, what happened? Because obviously as little kids they were close. Something had to have happened to where Giles got cursed with the Babel spell, and Milton put him in the basement of the school.
Thronecoming at last. The key. The door is open.
I love the fact that it went from Milton's photograph of them to the flashback that honestly I think both of them were having probably at the close to the same time, and then it flashed to the picture that Giles has in the basement. Also, he said the portal's opening. The portal to where? That is I love theorizing while I'm watching a episode of this, but at the same time I feel like if I just shut up and watch it, I'm gonna obviously I'm gonna find out, but also you guys aren't watching this to just watch this with me. You guys are watching this for my commentary.
You ready? I can't wait to finish my float. And I did it all without harming a single flower.
Harming a flower?
Hey, plants have feelings too, you know.
I love the fact that Briar and Ashlyn are roommates. It makes so much sense. I think they're really I love their friendship because Briar is always out here to have fun, and Ashlyn's more of the calm one, I feel like. Honestly, it works really well. I think they're cute friends and roommates.
You go ahead. I just need to sew up this skirt.
Okay, see you there.
Ow, my finger.
I know that wasn't the magic needle that is technically in the Sleeping Beauty story, but what the heck? Does that happen every time she gets poked by something? That would make sense why she's sleeping all the time. I mean, if somebody just had poked her with their finger or something, she would fall asleep probably. Or if it is just sharp objects. But that's crazy.
Ooh, who wants pizza? I sampled a slice and it is just right. Ooh, meat lovers pizza. Look, our fairy tale princes are talking strategy.
Who are they? I love her hair. Honestly, I love the little purple streaks. That is so cool. Okay, she has really long hair. I'm assuming she's the daughter of Rapunzel, but at the same time, those two have the same hair. Obviously one of them's got the purple streak, but the shaved part looks like it's the same hair color. So are they sisters? But in that case, they'd both be the daughters of Rapunzel. That's interesting. But honestly, if they are, that would make sense, because one of them is Rapunzel before she cuts her hair, and the other one's the one after she cuts her hair. That'd be funny if that was actually the truth with them, but we'll see. I hope they come up again, though. These seem interesting.
Oh, what does that have to do with it?
Sorry, Cerise. Damsels are for saving, not playing fairy tale back.
Boys!
Daring. Misogyny. I hate it. What the heck? She better kick the giants' asses at the end of this episode, or I am gonna be pissed.
It's totally off the page. Thanks, Raven. It's got the apple tree that you poisoned me from. Or, might poison me from.
Apple.
Oh, it's okay, Raven.
Okay, Apple took one step forward at the beginning of the episode, voting for Raven for the Thronecoming Queen, and then just took 2 steps back with her float and all that loveliness that she just said. Okay, honestly, a lot of people are not off to a great start this episode. Apple, Daring, the headmaster. Wow, I'm running out of fingers. The headmaster. The end of this episode better be immaculate, or I am gonna be mad.
You'll come around. I just know it.
Come around? I've tried to explain this to you every way I know how. I want to write my own destiny. And to be honest, when it comes to this, I think you're being selfish.
You think I'm being selfish?
Okay, I love that Raven finally called her out, but still, Apple is feeding into the propaganda that the, principal, or headmaster, whatever you want to call him, is feeding everybody. It's terrible. But, I I don't think they realize they're gonna be fine because obviously they didn't go poof on Legacy Day, but I really hope that they like that the headmaster comes to his senses, and like soon we'll have all the other students come to their senses. So obviously it's the next day, if you couldn't tell by the fact that there are sheets on my bed and the extremely better, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys can tell, but better camera angle. Anyway, I honestly hate that I keep doing this to you guys. I hate the fact that I have to like stop a reaction and then like finish it the next day. But I mean, it is what it is. I thought I was gonna get this done. Yesterday was Thursday. I thought I was gonna get this done Thursday. We're finishing this up Friday. But yeah, I just finished reacting to the new Nevermore episode. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need a couple days to recuperate, but we are here. We are gonna finish reacting to Thronecoming, and then I will get into editing all of this because I still have Winx to edit, I still have Nevermore to edit, and I will have this to edit as well. So let's finish this episode and then get on to editing later.
Briar? Briar!
Oh no! How long have I been asleep?
That clock is funny. I think everybody needs that clock in their lives. I know I especially do. But oh my gosh, she missed all, like the whole float decorating. Oh, she's gonna be so upset.
You haven't signed the Storybook of Legends yet.
Ashlyn!
Look, Briar, you wouldn't be the first person to question your destiny. I mean, I already signed, and I kinda wish I hadn't. Who knows what's gonna happen to Hunter and me?
So you're saying I shouldn't sign? I should rebel?
I'm saying that you have choices.
I love how open Ashlyn is about this, mostly just because she's dating Hunter. She doesn't want her destiny anymore because of that, and she's regretting signing, but Briar is now starting to realize that she is going to lose all of her friends when she falls asleep because she will be asleep for 100 years. Her friends they're not going to be there anymore when she wakes up. It'll probably be a new generation. So she is seriously like questioning her own destiny now, which I do like the fact that she is questioning it. But I honestly, I don't think she's gonna sign. I really hope she doesn't, just because she hates her own story because of the fact that she'll be asleep for 100 years. But we'll see what happens. I really hope that she doesn't sign. I hope that she chooses her own destiny, but we'll see what happens.
Did I make the wrong choice?
Raven and Briar on two sides of the spectrum right now. Briar is not wanting to sign the Storybook of Legends, and Raven is questioning whether or not she should because of the fact that Apple like yelled at her about the fact that she's being selfish because she doesn't know if all of her friends are going to disappear because she didn't sign. Which again, like I said earlier in this reaction, Apple is falling victim to whatever messed up stuff that the headmaster is putting in their heads, and it is so sad to see.
Wow.
Heritage Hall is dedicated to those who came before you.
Honestly, Heritage Hall is so pretty. I love that so much. Also, I love the backdrops of I'm assuming they're paintings of all the fairy tale characters, because like we saw Snow White, we saw, I think, the Queen of Hearts. Actually, wait, let me go back. Not that far. No, okay, so it was Sleeping Beauty that we saw, Queen of Hearts, and then Pinocchio. I love that. They're honestly really pretty. I love that so much.
They were given the chance to leave gifts for any of their children who might attend this school.
Yes, well, let's get to it.
Are you kidding me? He swapped out Raven's gift. I'm assuming it was Raven's. It was a magic wand, and technically the Evil Queen I think had a magic wand in some tales, but that is so stupid. Ah! What the heck? He swapped it out with a coin too. What the heck is a coin gonna do for her?
Oh, running shoes! Those bears will never catch me now! Thanks, Mom.
Oh, I love the fact that her running shoes actually match her outfit. And honestly, I don't think I've actually paid attention close enough to her outfit. I absolutely love the color scheme, and wow, my nose itches. I love the color scheme. I love the color scheme. It is impeccable, and I love the fact that she has little keys and little bears on her dress. It is adorable.
Hairbrushes? We already have like 1 million of them.
Wicked.
They are the daughters of Rapunzel. That's awesome. Oh, that's cool. I love how the hairbrushes are magical, but I also love the fact that since they're twins, the hairbrushes look different. Like the one of them with the one with the purple streak had a silver like backing to it, and then the other one with the longer hair had a golden backing to it. I love the fact that they are like, because it seems like they kind of match their personalities a little bit, so I love that.
Check it out. The ogre's cave.
Whoa, you better get out of here.
Are you scared?
Yeah. Don't you remember the story Father told us?
No one has ever gone into that cave and come out alive.
So I think we're going to keep getting more flashbacks from when Giles and Milton were younger, but it seems like it seems like the root of all of like the reasons why he wants everyone to sign Storybook of Legends has to do with that cave. I'm assuming the ogre is what caused Giles to be under that Babel spell. So, I mean, that's possibly what happened. I don't know. I'm like at a loss. I just know that cave has something to do with it.
But Briar, we all have our part to play.
Easy for you to say, Apple. You get poisoned for what, like a week?
Briar!
Okay, she had the right to come at that because, yes, Apple's not going to be poisoned for that long. She is literally going to be asleep for 100 years. Her friends are all going to be dead. They're not going to be alive anymore. She is literally going to be all alone. And it's, like, honestly, it's crazy that Apple is being super selfish with this. Because now that Raven's going to sign, and I'm saying going to sign because I don't actually think that's what's going to happen. But now that Raven is going to sign, she gets her happily ever after that she wanted. And Briar is being forced into choosing, well, not really choosing, she's being forced into signing a book that she no longer wants to sign.
I'm sorry you're upset, but
I'm happy for you, Apple. I'm happy that Raven is gonna sign, but now, I don't think I want to.
Honestly, I think Briar not signing as well is going to cause more of a scandal. Obviously, a rebel not wanting to sign, I mean, that is literally in a rebel nature. They are rebelling. But a royal not wanting to sign is going to cause more of a scandal within this community because of the fact that royals are going to be queens, kings, whatever. They're supposed to be the ones with the happily ever afters, and they don't take into consideration that maybe they don't want what happens before that. I'm still shocked that Apple wants to be poisoned. I mean, that is insane.
It's just a story. There's no such thing.
So that's what happened? He said there was no such thing as ogres. There happened to be an ogre in an ogre's cave, and he ran, leaving his brother in the cave. That is messed up. I get they're kids, but he seems like he is the older one. I don't think they're twins. He seems like he's older. So it is his job to kind of make sure that to make sure that Giles was following him out of the cave.
There can't be. Somebody is not telling the truth. Raven!
Miss Wood, split!
Raven! That's not the real Storybook of Legends! That's a fake!
I knew that was gonna come back later, but where's the actual Storybook of Legends? Because that means that all of them didn't even sign the actual book. They signed a bookball book, disguised as the Storybook of Legends.
They know. They know you switched them! I ask you again, where did you hide the real Storybook of Legends?
So it's fake. The lady in the mirror switched the books. Okay, we don't actually know who the lady in the mirror is. I said in an earlier reaction that I think it's Raven's mom. I could be wrong, but whomever is in that mirror is the one that knows where the actual book is, which is insane, but also, if she was told the same thing, that if the stories won't continue without people signing them, then that would make sense if it is the evil queen, that she wanted to do something so evil that it would cause the entire universe to unravel. So I really hope that they find it, just because if that is true, I don't think it's true, but if it is, just in case I'm wrong, they should find the actual book. But like I said, I don't think it's actually true. I think Milton is lying through his teeth about it, but we'll see what happens. We have like 20 minutes left in the episode.
Maddie, you have to help us find the real book.
Okay, I love that Maddie and Kitty are roommates. That is amazing. I wonder who Lizzie's roommate is then, because Lizzie is the only other Alice in Wonderland character that we've seen, because honestly, I have not seen Alice, or like the kid of Alice, or the kid of the rabbit, or the White Queen either. So they're like the only three that I've seen here. So Lizzie's got to be rooming with somebody else, which is kind of interesting.
Who exactly are we looking for?
From the nest to the sea comes the bird made of three to seek truth, beauty, and me.
It's fantastic to see you too, Giles.
Okay, that makes sense that they would go to Giles, because he does seem to know everything, and she can understand him because she knows Riddleish. I'm not surprised that Raven is going after the book, just because she is very scared by what the headmaster had made her see in the well. So that's honestly not good on his part, but like I get why she's wanting to find it. I think they might, but I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, they might find it in the next episode. I know that I know the first episode was just like to get to know the characters, but It's Your Heart's Day, this one, and I'm assuming the rest of them all seem to be interconnected.
Giles Grimm?
The one and only.
I knew the headmaster had a brother, but...
Feathers and friends, together, alone.
Okay, so it's common knowledge that Milton and Giles are siblings. I guess they just didn't know what happened to him after his Babel spell or something? I don't know.
Father! Father!
Milton,
What is it?
It's Giles. I dared him to go into the ogre's cave.
But I told you the story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So another flashback, he went to his dad, which I'm assuming with like this being a fairy tale realm, his dad was one of the original Brothers Grimm. I'm assuming the dad went to go get Giles from the cave. But I really hope that either if the ogre is not the reason why Giles was cursed with Riddleish, we find out why he was cursed with Riddleish, just because I personally just want to know why. Because this is insane story and character development.
Big day is the Thronecoming dance.
Football game.
Thronecoming dance.
Who are you, Tootie-Doo? The game is about to start.
I forgot she could hear us.
So is it only Maddie that can hear the narrators, or is it all of the Wonderland characters? Because obviously we've seen Maddie talk to the narrators, but we've not seen Kitty and Lizzie talk to the narrators at all. And honestly, I think the only reason we've seen so much of Maddie is because she's friends with Raven. We haven't really seen Lizzie or Kitty that much, other than just like little glances of them like obviously living at the school.
Let's grab Cedar. Those truth-telling glasses will let us know if we find the real dealio.
Huh?
Where are they going?
I don't know.
So they're all gonna come together somehow, somewhere. Like obviously, Raven's gonna find out. Raven's gonna find out that Briar and Ashton are following them, and she's either gonna stop them from looking for the storybook, or they're all gonna look together, which is gonna be interesting if that happens.
I know a damsel who might just be able to rescue us. Cerise! If you're not doing anything, maybe you could.
I'll get my shoes.
Finally, Daring puts his stupid, misogynistic little brain aside and actually gets Cerise. I am happy! Yay.
Don't I give it a try? Blondie!
Were you spying on us?
A good reporter always knows where the story is. And if it is a lock you need to get past, well, that is kind of my thing.
Okay, that's so cool that she could pick locks. I didn't even know that. But at the same time, how many people are going to be joining them? Because I know Ashlyn and Briar aren't that far behind. Blondie's here. Who else? There's got to be somebody else that's going to join them in this, because there always is. If there's one other person, there always are going to be a lot more people joining later on in the episode.
Did everyone and their fairy godmother follow us here?
Well, I didn't follow you, but I got bored at the game, so I thought I'd come check this place out.
What are you all doing here?
I knew it. Okay, I think Cupid is going to be the last of them. No more. If there's another person, I'm going to go insane. But honestly, I do like this bunch. It's actually kind of cool that they're all just coming together. But honestly, valid. I would also get bored at a game. So I would also go back and look at that as well. But I think this is going to be cool. Obviously, like, Blondie unlocked the giant Storybook of Legends, and the little crest in the middle started swirling. So I'm assuming they all need to go through there, because that looks like a portal of some sorts. So that's probably what's going to happen. Okay, so I was right. It was a portal. They all got tossed here in this giant room of scrolls and books. That is so cool. From what, like, I paused right at, like, where they all fell, but, like, it looks like all of the books are in a circle, and they're all, like, giant Storybook of Legends. So I'm assuming there's one for each character, and they all just have to go in to their story, I'm assuming.
3 bowls of porridge. Well, I'm in Blondie's story.
Okay, so Cedar got Blondie's story. That's cool. Honestly, I think with her revealer raise, it might help her more for this, but I still think this is funny.
An apple story!
Eat, my dear. Eat.
So Raven got Apple's story, so she's seeing the reverse of what either her mom did to Snow White or what she will eventually do to Apple if she signs the book. So I think this is going to cement the fact that Raven does not want to sign the book because she is, from what it looks like, it's the old lady version of her. So she is looking and seeing what she will become, and she's realizing she definitely probably doesn't, hopefully will realize that she definitely doesn't want that.
Why do I feel... I'm in Cedar's story!
That's interesting that Ashlyn got Cedar's story, just because that usually means that she's feeling sort of like a puppet. And like, I guess she is, because she really doesn't want her story. She wants to be able to live out her life with Hunter, so I guess she is kind of feeling like a puppet to everyone else in the school. Which is interesting. I'm really glad that she is like, I'm really glad that that's kind of being addressed, because obviously she already signed the book, but she doesn't want to anymore. She doesn't want that. So she is feeling like a puppet.
Wait a spell! I'm in Ashlyn's story! It's midnight!
Okay, that's funny that Cupid got Ashlyn's story just because she is the one making love for everybody. But she's never the one falling in love, so now she has like the chance to see what would happen if she did get a storybook prince and what would happen, and hopefully realize that she genuinely likes her life and that it's more of a struggle for the others when they have their destined princes and whatever.
Okay. This is...
Off with your head! Mad!
I love that Blondie got Maddie's story. That's so funny. But at the same time, the Queen of Hearts does go after the Mad Hatter. We all know this has happened in the Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. Or I should say Alice Through the Looking Glass. But I still think that's hilarious. She's still running from something. In her story, she's running from bears. In this one, she's running from the card guards and the Red Queen.
I'm Cupid! Terrific! Ooh, I bet I'm supposed to make those bunnies fall in love!
Okay, I love that Maddie got Cupid's story just because she is one of the very few characters in this series that doesn't have a specific love interest, and so it's funny that she kind of is taking the role of Cupid just because she doesn't have a love interest specifically like stated in this story, or in this, wow, she doesn't have one specifically stated in the series, so it would make sense that she could be the next Cupid.
It worked, my queen. The poison worked. Now, you are the fairest in the land.
I did that?
So she got Raven's story, and so she's seeing her best friend poisoned, because she brought up earlier that Apple was just gonna be poisoned for a week while she was gonna be in there for 100 years. So she is seeing the reverse of that. She's seeing Apple in the coffin. Does that mean that, oh, that means that Apple got her story because Apple's the only one left? Oh, okay, I'm gonna shut up and watch this and see if I'm right. But if I'm right, I will then babble about all of that later.
Castle Tower? That must mean I'm in Briar's story. Well, as long as I don't... No. No.
I was right. Okay. Apple got Briar's story, which... Okay. I said I was gonna babble. Okay, so they're seeing the reverse of each other's stories. They have been best friends for a while. We saw this in the first episode, or I should say the first, couple little shorts of this series, but they're best friends. They knew what each other's destinies was. Obviously, Briar had mentioned earlier that Apple just got poisoned for a week, while Apple was like, you knew you were gonna get poisoned for 100 years. You were okay with this until now. Why have you changed? And Apple is now seeing the effects that her story, or I should say that she's seeing the effects of Briar's story in real time, because obviously she was like, oh, if I don't prick my finger, it's fine. but she was clumsy, pricked her finger. She's not going to be able to get out of this, I don't think, by her. At least I don't think she's going to be able to get out of it by herself because she is asleep. She is not going anywhere.
And the game is over!
I knew that was gonna happen. Yay! Okay, I'm very happy with that because now she's pretty much on the team. Because she fucking won the... Okay, I don't know if I can swear. She won the whole game, essentially. So she better stay on that team or else I will be very upset. I've said this throughout this reaction. I will be very upset if they don't keep her on the team.
The page!
That's what Giles was saying with the pages. So they're gonna have to collect the pages of their stories, or the stories that they're in order to, I'm assuming in order to leave. So I think as soon as Cerise touches that scroll, she's gonna be able to... Yes, I was right. So she did leave as soon as she touched the scroll and got out, or started running again. So that should happen with everyone else. But like I said, Apple's asleep. She's not going to be able to see her scroll. So she is not going to be able to get out.
It's your destiny. You cannot escape your story.
I was right. This is showing Raven that she does not want that to happen. She saw that older version of herself when she was poisoning, she saw that older version of herself. She was trying to poison Apple. Well, this time it was her because she was in place of Apple. But she saw that older version of herself. She saw that she didn't want it. So now I think now she's not going to sign the storybook because she is scared of what will happen. She's scared of who she will become, and she does not want that. Because deep down, she is a good person.
So, if Apple has my story, and she fell asleep, she won't be able to find her page. I have to help her. Briar, wait! It's too dangerous! I have to! She's my best friend!
Okay, I knew somebody was gonna go in and help Apple. I think I mentioned that earlier. But I love the fact that it's Briar, because obviously that's Briar's story. It has been told to her throughout her life. She knows what to expect, but also I love the fact that, she yelled at Raven, no, she's my best friend. I have to go help her, because it could have been any of them, but she chose to run for the book first. Okay, so that's not the storybook, but maybe it's another clue on how to find the Storybook of Legends. Because obviously all of those pages just got combined into this thing, and there's very little writing on it. So I'm assuming it is another riddle, and they'll find the book someplace else. So I think this will probably go into the next episode, because of the fact that there's very little. I think there's 10 minutes left of this episode, and so it'll probably go into Spring Unsprung, and that's when they'll maybe find the book.
Speech return. Words you say. Break this curse for our new day. Nothing happened.
But it did.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Okay, actually, I like this a lot better. Okay, so it wasn't a riddle to find the book. It was to break the Babel spell. I love that so much. Okay, does this mean that he can go talk to Milton now? Because I think the whole reason he was down there is because of the Babel spell. Now that it's broken, he doesn't have to live in the basement anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm actually so happy about that. Oh my goodness.
No, but I know who took it.
Who?
The evil queen.
My mother?
I love his sense of humor, just the pew. It does make sense that it was the Evil Queen, because like I said earlier, I thought the Evil Queen was in the mirror, so that does make sense, because Milton was yelling at the Evil Queen in the mirror, because we know it's the Evil Queen now because of the fact that Giles just said she's the one who stole the book. Milton was yelling at her about where she hid it. So maybe we'll find out where she hid the book later on. I think what's going to probably happen is Milton and Giles are going to reunite at the end of this episode, but next episode in Spring on Sprung, they're most likely going to interrogate the Evil Queen together. Because I think now that they're both a united front, Milton is not going to be this scared person anymore. He's going to have his brother back, and they're going to interrogate her and like figure out where the actual book is. I hope so. But that does make sense that the Evil Queen stole it.
I'm so sorry. I will never go against the stories again, ever.
I also thought that each of us should be able to write our own destiny.
And the headmaster didn't like that.
Indeed, he did not. He cursed me with that babble spell and imprisoned me here.
So, okay, I am mad now. So, Milton's whole reason for scaring these teenagers, because they're all teenagers, into signing a book is because he didn't believe the fact that ogres existed. He didn't believe the story his dad told him and his brother got hurt. He is blaming childhood trauma on... Okay, I'm yelling now. I need to calm down. He's blaming childhood trauma on... Or he's putting his childhood trauma on these kids. That is crazy. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I can understand the childhood trauma that goes with your brother almost, I'm assuming he was almost killed or something like that, but that is crazy, and not gonna lie, he should not be headmaster anymore because of this. Like, I get he's part of the Brothers Grimm and that's the whole like reason why he's the like principal and whatnot, but that shouldn't be allowed at this point. Like, he is scaring these kids into doing what he says, and that is not good. That's not okay.
Madam Yaga? Yes, my dear?
That picture, that looks like my dorm room, but who are those people?
Why, that's Little Red Riding Hood and the Evil Queen.
Okay, we're gonna brush over the fact real quick that Little Red Riding Hood and the Evil Queen were roommates. That is crazy. But I knew Briar was gonna be the one to find the book, but that makes sense because the way the Evil Queen is lifting up the rug, and Briar saw that lock under her rug earlier. So honestly, I think that the Evil Queen hid the book there, and I think Briar's gonna find it, most likely this episode. So we are gonna find the book this episode, but what is she gonna do with it is the question.
The Storybook of Legend.
So the book was in her room this whole time? I'm shocked she didn't realize it sooner. The timing could not be worse with this. I mean, with like her questioning her destiny and everything. But that is crazy that I knew she was going to be the one to find it with all of like her questioning her destiny and her story right now with this episode. But I'm curious to see what she's going to do with it, whether or not she's going to hide it again, keep it. What is she going to do with it to make it, like, her problems go away? Because I feel like she's not going to tell anyone that she found the book. But I feel like she's not going to give it to the headmaster either.
If I don't, that terrible vision that I saw in the mirror will come true.
Wishing well. You saw the vision in the wishing well, dear.
I never told anyone I saw a vision in the well, which means the only way you'd know about it is if you put it there.
Headmaster Grimm, that was wrong.
Okay, before I finish the rest of this episode, I am so happy that Apple is on Raven's side. That is amazing. Like, she is finally able to see that the headmaster has been just wrong this entire time. She got reassurance from Giles that nothing bad is going to happen to anyone's stories, and I'm so happy that she's finally seeing eye to eye with Raven.
Hello, brother. I missed you. And I forgive you.
I missed you too. Can we turn the page and start a new chapter?
Okay, I'm happy that Giles forgave Milton just because he's being the bigger person here, but he's also had time, plenty of time, to mull it over whether or not he wanted to forgive him or not. Probably at the beginning he probably didn't want to because he cursed him, but now he just wants to be reunited with his brother because he hadn't seen him in so long, which I'm very happy that we got a happy ending with those two.
Really going to throw the book down the well, is she?
She doesn't want to lose her friends forever after.
But it's a mistake.
Oh, she'll realize that. For Briar's story is far from over.
You've got to be kidding me. Briar threw the book down the well? Where does that well even lead to? That's crazy. Like, the well bursted up with, like, rainbow spark things and disappeared. Where did that lead to? That's crazy. Like, that's worse than what the Evil Queen did. Because Evil Queen just hid it in the school. She probably, like, threw it into another universe or another, like, complete, like, she probably threw it into another completely, like, different world. Wow. Okay, the book is in a different universe or a different world. It's, okay, first off, it's sitting in a lake. That's not good for books. That's gonna get destroyed. Although I guess the book is magical, so I guess it's not gonna get destroyed. But still, that's crazy. That is insane. I don't think they're gonna find it. I think that's probably the last we're gonna see of the Storybook of Legends, mostly because there is no way for them to know, obviously, that Briar put it down a well, but there's also no way to know where that world is. That's crazy. Wow. Anyway, that was Ever After High Thronecoming. That was a jam-packed episode. I honestly didn't think that that was going to be as... How do I put this? I did not think that was going to be as just packed as it was as an episode. Like, we had so many different plot points. Obviously, we had the Cerise daring plot point. We had the Raven signing the book plot point. We had Briar not wanting to sign the book and her throwing the book down the well to wherever that is. That is crazy. I'm definitely really excited for next week's episode. This is starting to completely, like, change the direction that Ever After High, at least this is, like, completely changing the direction that I thought Ever After High was going in, which I'm, like, pleasantly surprised about this. So I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the reaction, but next week is the last week that I am doing only 3 posts a week. Next week I am going to be doing posts every day, so we're going to get, obviously Nevermore's still going to come out on Mondays, so that's going to stay the same, but Winx Club is going to come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Ever After High is going to come out on Wednesdays and Fridays. Next week, I will be reacting to Spring Unsprung and parts 1 and 2 of Way to Wonderland. So, I'm very excited. I'm going to be recording a lot more, obviously, but I'm very excited to start posting every day from now on. Anyway, if you like the video, please like the video, obviously. Subscribe if you want to. Go ahead and check me out on TikTok and Instagram, and go check out my other reaction series. I react to the webtoon comic series Nevermore, and I react to Winx Club as well. So go check those out, and I will see you guys in the next reaction.